주말에 뭐 했어? 클럽 갔지? 클럽 갔지? 무슨 클럽? 이태원, 강남, 홍대, 합정, 신천, 건대, 녹사평 갔지? 그치? 말해봐. 인정해야지 클럽 간 거. 괜찮아? 난 서럽지. 나도 클럽 갔지. 아니, 안 갔어. 와, 오늘 진짜 재밌을 것 같다. 그치? 그런 느낌 나지? 재밌을 것 같은 그런 느낌? 안녕 동생들, 친구들, 잘 지냈어? 잘 지냈지? So, if you haven't yet seen the video from last week, here's a quick recap from 1 week ago. So the story goes like this. One day, the younger son comes to his father and he demands that he has an inheritance now, ultimately saying that he wishes that his father was dead so he could take the money. And the father gives the younger son the money. The younger son takes the money and he blows all of it on outrageous, luxurious living. After he blows everything, the younger son realizes that life with the father is the best life back at home. And so he decides, he has a plan. Go back home, beg that his dad will take him back, not as a son, but as a servant. And this is what it says. So he returned home to his father, and while he was still a long way off, his father saw him coming. Filled with love and compassion, he ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against both heaven and you. I am no longer worthy of being called your son." But his father said to the servants, "Quick, bring the finest robe in the house and put it on him. Get a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet, and kill the calf we've been fattening. We must celebrate with a feast. For this son of mine was dead and has now returned to life. He was lost, but he is now found." Cool story. The son gets the money from the dad. The son goes overseas, blows all of the money, goes back to the father with absolutely nothing to offer because he's taken everything that the father gave to him and he's blown it, he's wasted it completely. Yet, as Jesus is explaining in this story, even though the son has nothing he could possibly offer the father in order for him to take him back as his son, the father still takes him back, and doesn't just take him back, he wants him back, and he's happy that he's back. So remember the context. Jesus is telling this story to the Pharisees, answering the question, why does Jesus like bad people? Now, as Jesus is telling this story to the Pharisees, they would have gone crazy after hearing this, because the Father, who's clearly representing God, accepts the Son even in his current state, and seemingly unfairly, the Father just takes him back with no punishment, no nothing, no price to pay. That's crazy. And the reason that this is even possible is because of what is called grace, God's grace. So what is grace? The only reason that we can return back to God with nothing to offer at all is because of Jesus. The grace of God is Jesus. Undeserved, unmerited goodness of God. 동생 어땠어? 노잼이었다고? What? 노잼이었으면 내 잘못이지 사실. 다음 영상은 이 영상보다 훨씬 더 재밌을걸? 이 영상보다 3배 아니 2.5배 더 재밌을 것 같아. 동생 파이팅, 대한민국 파이팅, 손흥민 파이팅.